I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go! 60 outlaw, 80 weapon.
Stop your body.
Five. Get it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Bravo.
Now back to throw. And when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Hey, box truck.
Touchdown, defense.
Five.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Charlie,
2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Ready? AT Gator.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
49. Check 49. 61. Matchbox lights. Hey, echo. On the two.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Look, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Bomber, 22 jet bomber. They go.
They'll set up to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now. Hey, watch out. Check, hey, Delta. Ready?
They're going to look to throw, and that'll be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. You go tight.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Interception all day. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
Go, 50, plant.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On the set.
48 mark. Hey, we got to get a stop here.
Hey, I 7. Go.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Check 48.
Hey, exit.
Check 48. The mark.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, Haywood. 5.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Kamara. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Wait, Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Okay, double up. Check. 53's Mike.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Recon, 132, 5 now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
General West.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. He's got Smith here.
The pass on 2nd down.
I know you feel that.
Complete to Ito Smith. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. Hey, orbit.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike 54.
Go.
Mike 54, Mike 54, Mike 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
2nd and 6. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Let's go now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
17 yards.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Hey, Sue.
54.
Back to throw here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. This is complete to Michael Thomas. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for the Saints. First down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Play fake. Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Mike 54. Silver. Mike 54.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And the Saints. First down.
Check.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check.
To throw, Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check. Watch the before.
5.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more?
Check 99. Watch the twist.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
We gotta step it up.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Falcons 1st down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
54 is Mike.
Bravo.
54. He can't handle.
Hey. You're out.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got one.
Hey, Foxtrot.
A 1st down carry for Smith. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Let's go.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Bridgewater. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On play action, it's Bridgewater. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On the return, it's James. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Yep. We got motion. Back up. Hey, echo.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. 20! Touchdown, Falcons! DJ Chark, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions, and this kick.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Bang, 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 bang.
Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on first down. Smith. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. The 40, the 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Hey, Delta. 54. Snap.
They look to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Gator. 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers.
1st down, Falcons.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line.
Go. Go. Hey, switch gears.
Let's go.
They'll toss it to Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, high 7. Go.
2nd down and inches. That's complete to Smith. And he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions at him.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
That's good.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Here's Kamara off the draw. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 63 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Recon, 132 fighter. 25, check 25. Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
On the ground, this is Smith. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
March 47. March 47. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Don't get nervous.
Hey, check.
Hey.
Check March 47. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Go. General West. Go.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater, he gets it to Thomas. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Bridgewater now. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Bridgewater. He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, Mike 53. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Shit, watch the shit.
Again, it's Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Mike 58 right there. Go on, go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They come out here in the eye. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Oh, and they hadn't stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with 8 seconds remaining. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.